think this looks good. I like it. Light, fluffy, moist. It's like definitely, it's delicious. Today I'm going to be making a lemon pound cake, and I'm going to show you guys how I make it, put my own little twist on it, alright? So before we even get into the video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and comment down below. Tell me what's your favorite cake. So some days I like to get fancy and I like to make everything from scratch, but today I just want to make a regular box mix. Just make things a little bit simpler, and then I'm just gonna put my own little twist on it. So if you guys are ready to see how I do that, keep watching. Let's go. Alright guys, so first I'm gonna know what I'm gonna be using today. So first, you're gonna get a bowl. Sometimes I use my KitchenAid, but I let my mom use mine, so I don't have it right now. Then you wanna get 1 cup of milk. Box has a cup of water, but I switch out the water for milk. That's what I like to do. 4 eggs. Again, the box says 3, but I use 4. Next, 1/3 cup of oil. Alright, so I need a little bit more, okay? I got like close to a 1/2 cup. Next, I added a box of vanilla pudding. And of course, you need your box mix. Last but not least, you need your pan, okay? So you can use any kind of pan because I'm going to make a bundt cake. This is what kind of pan I'm using. And then I'm also going to need some napkins to spread some oil around in the pan and a whisk. Again, if you have a KitchenAid, that makes it a whole lot simpler. I like to use a KitchenAid, but like I said, I let my mom borrow mine and I keep forgetting to get it back from her. So I'm just going to do this by hand. Alright, so first thing that I'm going to do is I've already poured a little bit of oil in my bundt pan. So I'm just going to take a napkin and spread it around. And this is just to help it keep from sticking, because that's like the last thing that you want is for your cake to be sticking to your pan, and then when you flip it over it doesn't come out. Oh my gosh. I don't want my cake sticking. When I flip it over, I want my cake to come out. Alright, you guys, like, I don't want no problems. I don't want no cake sticking. I want a nice, beautiful, beautiful cake. Alright, and for my frosting, I'm using a cream cheese frosting. I'm going to put all my wet ingredients in first, and then I'm going to slowly add in my dry ingredients, okay? I'm going to start with my oil. I'm pouring my milk, and now I'm going to do my eggs. So what I like to do is I crack my eggs in a separate cup first, and I like to make sure I don't get no shells, make sure, just make sure that they're still good. Alright, there's 2, and there's a shell, so that is why I like to do this. So I'm going to get the smallest spoon that I can find, and get these shells out. Egg number 3, egg number 4. Alright you guys, so right now you're probably hearing my washing machine because I'm doing laundry, you know. You gotta have clean clothes, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Alright, so right now I'm just whisking this up to make sure the eggs are all whisked. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure the eggs aren't whole anymore. Alright you guys, and you know the funny thing is that, like, I'm not even a big lemon cake person, but I've been wanting sweets, and then, you know, I made cookies last week, and then when the cookies were gone I bought ice cream, and then when the ice cream was gone I was like, let me make a cake. So then I went to the store and I was like, ooh, lemon cake sounds so good, especially if it's like nice and moist and fluffy. That would just be so, so, so good. So then I got the cake mix, and then here we are a couple days later. I'm going to add in the vanilla pudding. And the reason I'm doing that is because you don't want to mix up your actual cake mix too much. You don't want to do that because we want a light and fluffy cupcake. Cake. By the way, before you even get to doing all of this, you want to make sure you have your oven preheated to 350 degrees. Alright, so my last whisk fell in the bowl, so I'm just going to get a new one. Alright, so now I have my vanilla pudding in here. And I'm just gonna mix it up. Oh, you know what, guys? I almost forgot something important. I like to add in some vanilla flavoring. This is just gonna help to bring out the flavors. I only use about a capful. Mix it, 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 mix it. Oh, now I'm going to add in the main ingredient. And so I'm just gonna whisk it in as I'm pouring it in. Now, if you want to get really cool and creative, you can get yourself some food coloring and add some color to it. I've done that before. I made a lemon cake, but I colored it green. Cake is now mixed up. I had to go back to this whisk because the last one I was using it was too flimsy. So it's nice and thick. This is gonna be so good, you guys. All right, so next what I'm gonna do is get ready to go ahead and pour it in my bundt pan. Here's the cake. Now you definitely want to make sure that you get yourself a timer, 34 minutes. And something that I learned is, like, when you're baking, you really know that that is either done or almost done when you can, like, smell anyone just like crawl in the oven with it, because it just smells so good. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's get ready to put this in the oven. Start. Okay, guys, after the cake is done, then we're gonna let it cool off completely. So now I'm gonna go find something to do for 30 minutes, all right? And we will be back. All right, let's take it out. You guys, that's beautiful. Oh, man. All right, so that is the cake. And now I'm gonna let it cool. All right, and then when it's time to put the icing on, we will be back. Let's go. All right, you guys, so now I took my cake out of the cake pan after it completely cooled off, but I'm gonna show you guys the cake. So now, time for frosting. All right, you guys, so I've shown you the cake, and now what I did is I took my frosting, I got a pot of water, I've got it on like medium high, and I'm just going to heat it up, and then it'll be easier to pour over the cake. So I'm going to show you guys. I took the paper off. Okay, and I've got my oven or my stove right now set at about 5. So, you know, we'll turn it up to about 7. As you guys can see, it is like getting really thinned out. So, alright, I think that's perfect. Alright, so now I have my frosting that has been warmed up. Alright, and I'm going to start by a spoonful. And then, you know what? No, we're just gonna go straight. Alright, but really, I think this looks good. I like it. I am going to move it to another plate. And so you guys can see how the middle looks. And whatever, I'm gonna do this. All right, so here is the cake. This is the ultimate test. Like, at the end of the day, like, the way it looks is one thing, but the way it tastes is a completely different thing. This is just a cake. Light, fluffy, moist. It's like definitely, it's delicious. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm about to eat my cake, y'all.